Good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa lahat ng iba't ibang time zone sa buong mundo. Ito po ang Magkape Tayo on the road. And for this episode, nandito tayo ngayon sa Expertcon, the first Philippine Duet Keynote Summit, the Speaking Expertise Conference 2019. So marami tayong mga i-interviewin ngayong mga speakers on this said event ng Philippine Association of Professional Speakers Incorporated or PAPS. So, abangan niyo yan lahat. Lahat yan, mapapanood nyo ngayon sa Magkape Tayo on the road. Okay, we're still here at the first Philippine Duet Keynote Summit, the Speaking Expertise Conference 2019, Expertcon, and we are privileged now and honored to interview the founding president of Philippine Association of Professional Speakers Incorporated, none other than the most sought-after speaker, my friend, ang isa sa pinakamagaling at pinakamasayang speaker sa balat ng lupa.
Okay,
Ayan.
okay.
Mr.
I get that.
Lloyd Luna.
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much, Ripples Daily, for covering this event. We are honored that you are here to cover the event. Really. Thank you so much for coming out.
Grabe, alam nyo, I attended some of his speaking engagement. Ibang experience when Lloyd Luna is the main speaker. Ano ba ang kasaysayan mo para maging ganun ang isang Lloyd?
Medyo mahabang kasaysayan kasi 15 years na ako motivational professional speaker at that. So 15 years in the making yan. Hindi ako nagising lang isang araw at nagsasalita na and having the same impact as I have now. Because when we started, ganun din naman. Hindi mo alam ang ginagawa mo, nahihiya ka, palpa ka, wala nakikinig sa'yo, gusto lahat umuwi at tendency. So the journey started na lahat neophyte, lahat bago. And it's only when you commit to that craft, to the talent, to the skill, and to that profession na patuloy mong mahasa kung ano yung gusto mong gawin at nasimulan mo. So after 15 years, we are here. We are having a convention. And now it's no longer about me.
Yes.
It's no longer about me. I think na-outgrow ko na yung sarili ko na in the last 12 years, tungkol sa akin lagi, tungkol sa galing ko, tungkol sa negosyo ko bilang speaker, tungkol sa kaya kong gawin, tungkol sa skill ko, tungkol sa akin. Wala akong pakialam kung sino masasagasaan ko, basta gagawin ko yung the best ko, fine.
That's why you created the PAPS, the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers Incorporated.
Definitely, Prof. So ngayon, tinigilan ko na yung sabi ko, walang tayong mabubuong industry kapag hindi tayo magsasama-sama.
Pag kanya-kanya.
Tigilan natin yung individual scarcity mindset. Hindi dapat kalaban ang tingin natin sa kapwa nating speaker, kundi kaibigan. Dahil hindi mo alam lahat. At tinanggap ko na yun. Hindi ko pala alam lahat. After 12 years, doon ko lang na-realize, hindi ko alam lahat. May matututunan ako kahit sa kanino na kaibigan ko at professional speaker. Kaya lang, kapag walang community, hindi ka naman mag-share ng alam mo sa alam ko. Kasi nga magkalaban tayo.
Oo, parang sinasabi mo yung trade secret mo.
Exactly. Kaya nung nagkaroon kami ng community, exactly yun yung ginawa namin. I-share ko yung trade secret ko, pero i-share mo din yung trade secret mo. And all the members are doing that now. So ngayon yung kultura namin ng scarcity thinking, naging collaborative na siya. So hindi na kami insecure sa isa't isa. I-share namin alam namin, maybe may matutunan ka dito, magamit mo to, makatulong sa negosyo mo bilang speaker, fine with me. I'll be better off. So we continuously add value to our membership. And that's why meron tayong ganitong klase ng event. Intentionally, we develop many areas or competencies as professional speakers.
So, yung mga aspiring naman na maging speakers, what are your plans helping them?
Our association made sure na may continuity at dire-diretso yung pagbibuild namin ng profession. So, and industry. That being said, all professional members like me are required to mentor for 40 hours per year an associate or aspiring member.
So kailangan meron siyang i-mentor, meron siyang i-baby.
Oo. Kapag hindi niya naubos yung 40 hours na mentoring dapat niya, non-renewable na yung membership niya.
So meron talagang advocacy na talagang tumulong din sa mga aspiring.
Kasi ako produkto ng isang pangyayari na pinagkaitan ng mentor. In other words, meron akong history na lumapit ako sa kanila at sikat sila at gusto kong matuto. Subalit, ayaw nila akong turuan.
Itago natin sa pangalang...
Sa pangalang hindi
Itago na
pwedeng ipakita. Pero yung experience ko,
Yes.
sabi ko ayaw kong maranasan yun ng mga speakers na susunod sa aking generation. So, yun kaya namin ginawa yung mentoring program. Talagang, we don't only encourage, we force our members to share. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng bigyan ng option na pwede sila magturo at pwedeng hindi. Otherwise, unfair dun sa ano. So, that's one policy that we put up. So, sa lahat ng aspiring speakers or professional speakers, it only makes sense na you need to be humble enough to accept na nag-start ka and therefore allow yourself na matulungan. But one thing is for sure, the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers, our members are here to help you start the journey and finish it kung hanggang saan mo gusto.
Ayun. Ano ang plans ng POPs 5 years from now?
5 years from now, definitely wala na ako sa pwesto dahil August pa lang wala na ako. It will be new president.
Mag-elect ng bagong president.
May bago na president. One of the things that we made sure is yung continuity ng leadership. So as I sit as a president, meron ng president-elect.
Oh.
And then meron ng vice president.
Maganda, naka-prepare.
Sa naka-prepare, 3 years meron kaming leadership. Kahit
Galing.
mawala ang isa man sa amin. So 5 years from now, we will be global, for sure. We will be global. Filipinos are unique talent as far as the speaking platform is concerned. Sobrang natural sa atin na mag-communicate.
Yes.
We are natural communicator. We have a lot of things, experiences, and insights to share to the world. However, because meron tayong inferiority complex, and however, we feel na mas lesser tayo kaysa sa ibang lahi, we intentionally don't do it. We don't go out of the confine of our archipelago,
Minsan na-intimidate.
na-intimidate ka, at hindi ka naniniwala at nagtiwala sa sarili mo kakayahan.
Question ko lang, in line with that point, no? Kailan ba natin, when can we say a person, ano yung mga indicators na masasabi natin na talagang ready na siyang maging speaker?
Wala siyang indicator per se, pero we can only tell na it depends sa confidence mo, confidence level mo. Kasi no one can really tell kung kaya mo hindi until you do it. So what we encourage people to do is, okay lang, sumalang ka dyan. If there's an invitation sa Malaysia, Singapore, wherever, go there and present. Kasi until you take that first baby step or first step, hindi mo malalaman kung kaya mo na yung second. So this is just like baby steps.
Gawin mo muna.
Gawin mo muna. At hayaan mong mag-unveil yung mga pangyayari as turn out. Because one thing is for sure, this is a consistent, continuous learning process. Ako, I'm still in the journey to global speakership. We are all in that journey. Hindi natitigil yung journey kasi nung nagsimula ako, ang journey ko is from newbie papunta dun sa medyo experience. Ngayon experience ka na, matitigil ba ako sa Pilipinas? Now we want to explore other countries. May 25, I will be the first Filipino to speak at the European Convention of Professional Speakers.
Wow.
So taking that leap, na talagang
Chance na yun.
Chance na yun. Punta ako dun. Why? Because I got the opportunity and let's see. I mean, I'm going to see for myself is kaya ko, hindi ko kaya. At kung hindi ko kaya, anong gagawin ko para makaya ko next time?
Tsaka raise the flag.
Yeah, so raise the flag. This is what we are as a community. We are here for each other. We don't discriminate. We are not insecure. We want you to succeed as much as we want our organization to have people like anyone na mayroong ding passion dun sa industry.
Okay, invite mo na sir sila sa POPs.
Sige, so sa lahat po ng mga nanonood, kung kayo po ay nagnanais na maging professional speaker or part ng trabaho ninyo is magsalita sa harap ng 5 tao hanggang sa 1,000 at 5,000 katao, ang Philippine Association of Professional Speakers po ay nandito para sa inyo. Kami po ang kaisa-isa kauna-unahang community for speaking professionals na accredited ng Global Speakers Federation. So kung gusto niyo start yung journey ninyo, this is the best place to go.
Oo, yun nga pala. Itatanong ko dapat yun kung meron ba kayong katulad na association. So you're the first and only
first and only association in the Philippines accredited by the Global Speakers Federation. The Global Speakers Federation is composed of only 15 countries in the world, including the US, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Singapore, Malaysia, Holland, so South
Sa
Africa.
Asia?
Sa Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines lang.
Wow.
So kami lang yung organization na mayroong global connection. So hindi namin hinuhulaan yung ginagawa namin. Basically, this is incongruent.
Hindi ito ano lang, basta naitayo lang.
Naitayo na isipan lang. We are seeking the wisdom of those who came before us, those who have been in the industry for the longest time. So we learn from them. Kami naman, the global speaking community naman, very happy din that now we are here and we are continuing to, get engaged and involved. So masaya rin sila. Parang kami man ay baby din ng federation.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward sa marami pang endeavors, inspirations sa mga productive projects ng POPs.
At lahat ng innovation, as much as possible, gusto namin simulan. Tulad ng Expertcon, kauna-unahan ko sa Pilipinas na nagkaroon ng Duet Keynote presentation.
You're watching Magkape Tayo, ano? With us is the keynote speaker, Dr. Rosalina Fuentes. Good morning.
Good morning. I am pleased to be here. Whatever I bring myself. And this morning, I was the keynote speaker and I covered the concepts of expertise and eloquence. But because I was in front of the speaker, of great speakers, I did not go into the concepts. What I did was to bring the story of Roy, the cancer patient, and how he moved from basic knowledge of cancer and then gaining experience until he reached a point where his trust now in cancer has led him to helplessness, joyful helplessness.
So, the focus of your your talk is about a cancer patient.
No, I use the story of the
The
cancer
story,
patient to differentiate expertise from eloquence.
Yes.
Expertise is having basic knowledge, but more than that. But eloquence is the ability to move the other person or the listeners into translating it into a new form of mindfulness. And that's what I did this morning.
So, what do you do in life, Doctora?
I happen to be essentially, I am an educator, but I am an educator in the field of organization development. And that's where my line of business is. I educate people in OD and I do consulting in OD.
Oh, what will you advise for those people who wants to be a speaker later in their lives?
One of the things that struck me this morning as I was listening to the array of speakers can be change makers. And I think I'm going to write a book on speakers as change makers. That's my resolution from this morning's event. Thank you.
Okay, also one of the speaker in this morning event of POPs is one of my very good friend, a very supporter of all my shows before, none other than Mr. Gabriel Dominguez of Green Circle Realty. Good morning po.
Yeah, good morning, Kuya El, and to all our listeners and viewers. So I am happy and privileged to become part of today's Expertcon 2019, being sponsored by the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers. It was a very interesting conference that we had today because this is a gathering of professional speakers, beginners and veterans, all in this hall today, sharing ideas about how to become successful as professional speakers, especially in the area of expertise and eloquence.
What was your main focus on your speech?
I was part of the panel discussion on how experts become speakers and how speakers eventually become experts. So because my advocacy is about salespreneurship, where we would like to teach all people, regardless of their occupation, business or careers, to be very sales-oriented and to be very entrepreneurial so that they can attain whatever success that they want, especially in their businesses or careers. So salespreneurship, as we all know, it is the beautiful mixture of creative salesmanship and innovative entrepreneurship where we are teaching people, sa Tagalog, sabi natin, dapat lahat tayo para maging matagumpay sa negosyo natin. Meron tayong pusong ahente, pero dapat meron tayong utak negosyante. Kaya parang tawag ko doon is negosyante.
Negosyante. Yan. You've been doing this salespreneurship for a long time. What was your main goal on helping people to be salespreneurship?
My main goal is basically how to help people become successful. There are different factors or reasons how to become successful, but I discovered this particular discipline called salespreneurship. Either you are a beginner or you are a veteran, the best way to become successful in whatever we do, especially in our business endeavors, is about salespreneurship. Either you are a salesman, you should be entrepreneurial. If you are an entrepreneur, you should be sales-oriented. Today, I've developed or advocated salespreneurship even to employees where every employee, whatever your position or function is, either you are an accountant, manager, driver, messenger, you have a role to be a salesman of your company. You can keep on promoting the image of your company. And at the same time, it is very good that you have the mindset of an entrepreneur as if you co-own the company so that productivity will happen. Your employers would love you, and I am encouraging our employers naman to teach salespreneurship to their people because it is one key of attaining success for your business.
Ayan. I've been with you for the long years at nakikita ko po how you manage and create people sa Green Circle Realty. Ano pa ang aspiration nyo for your company and for those people now who want to join your company?
I will continuously promote salespreneurship. That's why here at PAPS, I'm being called the Master Salespreneur because I was not just able to become a salespreneur myself, but I was able to duplicate or replicate myself by training and developing more salespreneurs in my company. So I will continuously develop salespreneurs in the company so that I can help them to become successful. And this time, not only in my company, but in other areas as well, including here sa PAPS, where I am encouraging all professional speakers to become salespreneurs so that they can be assured of, yes, sharing their ideas to people, but at the same time, making it as a profitable business for them so that they can continuously sharing and helping the people that they work with.
Yes. What can you say doon sa mga tao na aspiring na maging speakers sa buhay nila?
So ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, wherever you are right now, the key to success is salespreneurship because whenever you do something, fall in love with it, do it with passion, do it with commitment, clarify your purpose, and in doing so, you can easily promote it. You can easily think like a businessman because for everything that we would do, we would always want to be successful. And most important, for everything that we would do, we would want to be happy. Being successful and happy are two important goals of every person. So now that we are here, salespreneurship is one of the keys to success and happiness.
Yes. For those interested to be part of salespreneurship, can you invite them how to join?
So my office is always open to aspiring salespreneurs. It's easy to get in touch with us. We are at Green Circle Realty. We are at Unit 1004, Philippine Stock Exchange Center. Or they can go to our website, thegreencirclerealty.com or www.thegreencirclerealty.com. There's a simple way how to get started as a successful and top-earning real estate salespreneur with the help of Green Circle Realty.
You're still watching Magkape Tayo. This time, I'm privileged to introduce to you one of the panelists in this event, none other than the Green Man, Mr. Matthias Galberg. Good morning.
Good morning, Profel. Good to be here with you, and my mission is to save Mother Earth.
Wow, you have a novel mission in this life, no? But before we talk about you being the green man, let's talk about what you've discussed a while ago in the panel.
Yeah, I basically shared that my starting point was I became an expert first on environmental management for business. How business can go green and save money at the same time. And only when I started giving talks at conferences, I got positive feedback, I was encouraged, I was telling stories, people found it interesting. I was not just giving some boring engineering talks. So suddenly I realized, hey, I can become a professional speaker, from being an expert to being a speaker.
So there's a money in helping our environment.
Sure, I mean, when we are not efficient with our electricity consumption, when we are wasting water, as we know now with the water shortages, we can actually save money and we can help the environment at the same time. How high is your electricity bill, Prof. L?
When it's summer, it's really high.
Yeah. So if you would, for example, have a house that's cool enough so you can sleep without the aircon on at night, you could save a couple of thousand pesos every month.
That's right.
And you could reduce your carbon footprint. So one thing is, can we actually build homes that are as cool as the Bahay Kubo? So even when we look at construction and design, we need to go back to how we used to do things when we didn't have electricity. And the other problem here in the Philippines is I monitor the indoor air quality. I have a baby daughter. We live in San Pablo in Laguna.
Yes.
And
But the weather there is good.
the weather there is good, but the problem is open burning. It's illegal, but it's still happening. And I can see the toxic air pollution on my monitoring system when the open burning is happening in the neighborhood. Filipinos die earlier than the rest of ASEAN.
Yes.
Why? We have problems with air pollution and we have unhealthy processed food that we eat most of the time. And, we need to do something about it for the sake of our children, for the sake of our health, and for the sake of the health of the planet. And when we are inefficient, we are wasting resources for the economy.
That's right. What was here in the Philippines? How long have you been staying here?
I've been living here on and off for the last 3 years. I'm still based in Malaysia partially.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we have this word here in the Philippines, hugot.
Hugot.
Yes, meaning what was your your source of saying this? What is your source of having your heart helping the environment?
Yeah. I grew up in a small barangay in Germany surrounded by forest. And I played in the forest. That was my playground. And then we had acid rain in Germany from factories. Coal-fired power plants and chemical industry was destroying our pine forest. The forest was suffering, it was dying, and I was involved in a campaign that was trying to avoid the acid rain. And at that time, the Green Party became very successful. People were voting the Green Party. Every politician in Germany had to go green. Even though some business were saying this is going to cost us too much, the legislation was introduced. And one problem we have here in Philippines is there's great legislation, but there's a lack of enforcement.
Yes.
In Germany, there's legislation, you have to comply, otherwise you're in trouble. And Germany became the world champion of green technology, made even more money by exporting all those innovation technologies
Machines.
to control pollution. So the problem of acid rain was solved. We had the pine trees being healthy again, and that empowered me to realize we can save the planet if we start with myself. Are you a healing impact on the planet, or are you a burden for the planet? The Philippines is one of the top 3 countries, according to Al Gore, at risk of climate change.
That's right.
Even though we don't have the highest carbon footprint here, but we have a lot of plastic going into the ocean, especially as well from the Philippines. We all need to work together. We have one humanity, one planet. We need to be good shepherds of the creation that has been entrusted to us, and we need to do our best to preserve it for future generations.
That's right. If you're going to be one of the consultant, or if you're going to have a chance to have an advice for President Duterte,
Yes.
can you address your advice to our president?
I have observed that he has taken some really serious steps, like Boracay, like now in Manila Bay. But I think it's very, very important that we look at the whole environmental problem and opportunity holistically. We need to reward the good guys who are doing things already, and we need to take to task the bad guys who are the source of the pollution. And we need a long-term plan for the Philippine economy to become a green economy. We need to inspire youngsters to earn a living from healing the planet. There is already a green job law coming out. The Philippines is one of the pioneers in it. I think at the moment the Philippines is doing a lot of good work. The Climate Change Commission is doing good work, but we need to holistically have a long-term vision for the country, how we can preserve the natural environment, which is a big money maker from tourism. The Philippines is one of the most beautiful, precious countries in the world when you look at biodiversity, and we need to preserve that, reward the good guys, punish the bad guys, and have a master plan for the country to become a sustainable green economy in the future.
Okay. What can you say about people still don't believe that there's a big problem in climate change?
Go to those places in the Philippines where the houses are already flooded. I've been told by friends, by my partner, my wife, that there are locations in the Philippines where people built houses 30, 40 years ago, and it was 1 or 2 meters away from the water shoreline. Now their house is already partially flooded. If this is not an indicator that we have a climate change problem, then what else? Typhoon Haiyan, the Philippines has one of the most severe weather problems. It's not walang problema, it is a problema. And in my village in Germany, I had 3 months of snow every winter. Now no more. My brother's kids can only go skiing 5 to 10 days because the reliability of weather patterns has completely gone. Is it a surprise when 7 billion humans dig out of the crust of the earth all the oil, the coal, the minerals, the limestone that they can find, and we release the CO2 emissions in the air within a short period of human history that's taken the planet millions of years to accumulate? That will have an impact on the weather. That will have an impact on our long-term sustainability. Stephen Hawking, the late Stephen Hawking, revised before his death the time he gives humanity on the planet from 1,000 years to 100 years. Because he said we have climate change issues, we have overpopulation, the planet cannot take the stuff that we are doing. We need to downsize in a sustainable manner and realign. Happiness is not with the things that we possess, with the big houses or big cars that we buy. Happiness comes from the beautiful place we visit in Palawan, on the beach, where we have Mother Nature in front of us, and we are there with the people that we love. That has zero environmental impact. That is much more deeply satisfying in our long-term life's memory than the things that we buy that tomorrow might be waste already.
That's right.
So we need to rethink. The problem is real. The climate is suffering. Our grandchildren will bear the brunt of it. We need to start here today. And if you don't have clean air in your home, if you don't check the food that you eat, which might be contaminated,
That's right.
why do Filipinos die earlier than the rest of ASEAN? We need to take these issues seriously. Look at human health, look at planetary environmental health, and find a good way how we can celebrate the beauty of nature and preserve it again with a happy mindset and behavior that makes everyday Earth our everyday Earth Day, not just once a year.
That's right. Yeah, mabuhay ang green man.
Mabuhay, yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Pero I still have one challenge
Yes.
for our guest. So, you've been here for 3 years, on and off.
Yeah.
So, I think you have no Tagalog statement.
Hindi ko maintindihan. My name is not Joe. You know, everybody calls me Hey Joe.
Okay. But do you have a song, Filipino song that you can remember?
No, unfortunately not. But
Okay.
the only thing I can say to all of the guys out there, please go kalbo. It saves water, it saves shampoo, it saves money, it saves the planet.
Magpapakalbo na rin ako.
Kalbo.
Excited ako sa interview na to dahil very special ang ating makakasama this episode or this segment because isa siyang fashion designer but she is also one of the panelists later on dito sa Pops event natin. Okay, let me introduce to you a very good friend now, Ms. Delby Bragao.
Hello,
Bragay.
hello. Hi,
Bragay.
everybody. Hi.
Sorry,
Hello.
sorry naman mali ako ng pronunciation.
No, that's fine. It's Delby Bragais.
Bragais, yeah. So, what do you do?
Okay, so actually, I'm a hybrid. When I say hybrid, I have a lot of passions. I love doing several things, and one of them is I have a passion for fashion. So I'm a fashion designer. We love making bridal gowns, suits, and special occasion dressing for men and women. But aside from that, I also am a certified image consultant. So what I do is I help individuals and corporations with their impressions for business.
Ayan, pwedeng busisiin natin yan.
Go!
Alam mo, ano ba ang common mistakes ng mga tao in terms of corporate attires?
Okay, so very specific
Ng Filipino,
yung question,
ng Filipino.
In terms of corporate attire. So bottom line is, minsan, nagiging sobrang casual ang business attire. When you are working, when you are doing corporate, lalong-lalo na if you belong to an industry that is more traditional or has to do with money, like banking. Of course, ang image, very, very important for credibility and, looking authoritative, you know what you're doing. And minsan, nagiging casual masyado. I'm just going to go to work, okay na to, pwede pasar na. And actually, it is not giving the right signals for you as a professional.
Yes.
So, yan ang number 1.
Okay, ako nakikita ko rin minsan, no, for girls, no, yun nga, yung casual na wear niya, pero may pupuntang formal corporate occasion, representing a company, nag-blazer lang, okay na. Feeling nila, nagkaroon ka lang ng ipinampatong, okay na. So, what they should do?
Okay, no.
No talaga.
Ang daming no.
It's a no.
It's a no. Dapat meron tayong mga ita-take into consideration pagdating ho sa pananamit for the workplace. So, first of all, let's talk about function. Where are you going? Are you going to an event na casual, or are you going to an event populated by a lot of top-notch people, high-level people, etc.? Iba ho yung pananamit dun sa casual na pupunta kayo sa Zumba na meron ibang mga kumpanya. Dun sa mag-a-attend ka, let's say, ng dinner with, let's say, the presidents of different banks.
Yes,
Ang pananamit iba, mas formal. So we start dressing with more structure. We start dressing in darker colors.
Yan.
At yung mga kulay, yung aside from darker colors, neutral
Excuse me,
colors
kahit
go.
daytime?
Usually, kasama sa function is yung oras ng function. Pero, when it comes to business, if you want to project a more professional
Mas
look,
safe, no?
yes, darker is better. Yung mga may gusto sa inyong, let's say you belong to an industry na hindi masyadong stricto when it comes to dress
Yes.
codes, then if you are gonna come in, let's say, maong, you choose the dark colored maong. Do not get the light blue colored maong.
Yung
The dark one.
acid wash, ganyan.
May mga parang nilas acid
It's a
wash.
no-no.
Hindi, it's a no-no.
Okay,
Dark
ito pa.
colors.
It's a common question, no, sa mga male naman, no.
Okay, male.
Now, when going to a formal occasion, is it okay for me just to wear a shirt inside, or having a polo but no no ties, no? What can you say about?
Okay, formal occasion. What type of formal occasion? So that it's usually more prudent to ask. Let's say you're going to a wedding.
Okay.
Okay, then usually, ang tanong dyan is, saan yung wedding? Is it gonna be in a country club? Is it a garden setting? Or are we talking about a 5-star hotel? Magkaiba yung suot
Sa
doon.
reception pa lang yan. But when we say it's a church, they should wear a formal attire.
Usually, it shows a lot of respect,
Respect, yes,
and
right.
consideration. Pag pinag-isipan mo yung susuotin mo, hindi yung whatever, bara-bara. Hindi, pinapakita mo na ginagalang mo at nire-respeto mo yung pinupuntahan mo.
Alam mo, may kasabihan ako dyan. Ako sarili ko lang, don't go underdress. Di ba? Kasi formal nga eh. It was written, RSVP, formal.
Correct.
Tapos magbabarong ka lang na yung parang barong na pang-opisina.
Correct. Yung pang-opisina, minsan short sleeves pa, tapos gusot mayaman, tapos pagdating mo doon, gusot-gusot ka pa.
Hindi.
It doesn't show a lot of respect and consideration. Inimbita ka dyan. Mga kapatid, binabayaran ko ang kinakain ninyo. Hello!
At saka ako yung respeto mo dun sa church. Yung respeto mo dun sa occasion. Yung respeto mo dun sa mga taong nag-invite sa'yo. If you really respect those people and those occasions, you were the best.
Totoo. So pinag-iisipan ho ang mga ginagamit dito sa mga social functions, lalo na pag mga formal or mga weddings. But you mentioned something very interesting. You
Okay.
mentioned RSVP.
Yes.
So bottom line ho, pag nakakita ho kayo ng
Ng
RSVP
RSVP,
sa invitasyon, ang ibig sabihin, kadalasan ho, tatawag ho kayo doon or ipapaalam ho ninyo sa kanila kung pupunta ho kayo or
O hindi, oo.
Okay, how many Filipinos do that?
Next question, please.
Next question, please. Kasi yun ho ang ibig sabihin nun.
Pwede ba akong mag-isang maintrigang tanong sa pananamit? What should people dress up when going to a wake and a burial?
Okay, usually pag wake, meron hong nag-join na ng our creator. So, please stay away from loud colors, happy colors. Dadating ka doon, yellow, sunshine yellow ka, naka-lemon yellow, or let's say fire engine red, etc. Usually, they stick to the basics, a little bit more somber, a little bit more subdued, neutral colors that don't attract so much attention, or basic black is fine, but nothing also in terms of design na masyadong look at me ang dating. So, wag ka naman dumating doon namin, ganito kalaking flower.
Parang gusto mo talaga lahat na attraction makuha mo
Wag
pagdating mo.
ganon. If you're going to awake, konting respeto
At
din.
hindi ka ang bida doon.
Hindi ikaw yung bida, hello. So, konting respeto and
Sa libing.
usually it's black. Usually itong pinaka-common color, but also in terms of design, it's very simple,
Yan.
minimalist. Nothing with high contrast. So you don't want to be the center of attraction. And when you're wearing high contrast clothes like red and black and white, etc., you don't like that. Gusto mo medyo played down lang ng konti because we're giving the grieving family, no distractions, please.
Correct.
Ganun ang peg natin.
Alam mo, ang dami-dami ko pang gustong itanong sa'yo. Ang dami-dami pa nating pwedeng malaman. Pero ayokong ma-preempt yung isang full episode namin for you na kapag binisit na namin ang iyong shop. So invite them to your shop.
Okay, hi everybody. You're all warmly invited to come over Delby Bragais 4 North Road, located at 11th Avenue, corner 26th Street, Bonifacio, Global City. So if just in case you wanna check out, call us. It's 556-6141.
Oh, last intriguing question.
Uh-oh.
Mahal ba si Delby Bragais?
Isa lang ang masasagot ko dyan. It's worth it.
Oh! You're still watching Magkapita with Professor L and Sheila. And this time, another good friend of mine ang guest natin, si Sir JB Borromeo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Prof. L. Thank you so much for having me again. Second time, no, to
Yes.
have this interview. Wow.
So ano ba mga pinagkakaabalahan natin?
So right now, I have again 2 books, no, that I wrote. It's Best You Best Life, How to Achieve Anything in Life, and the second one is The Expert's Business. So the Expert's Business is all about how do you monetize from the information that you know. So anything that you are so passionate about, the skills that you have acquired, if you want to turn that information or that knowledge into a business, like books, speaking gigs, online courses, training courses, yan. So those are the products that you can create out of your information, out of your message.
This is one of the common problem with some people na meron namang idea, meron naman skills, meron naman na advocacy na pwedeng i-promote na pagkakitaan, but they don't know how to do it.
Correct.
So what can you advise with those people, those kinds of people?
Right. So in my book, Experts Business, there are actually several products that you can turn your message into. So I agree, no, na the number one problem of aspiring authors and speakers and trainers is the process or how to really start the business. So number one, you come up with your message.
Okay.
You know, what is that message that you really want to share? You're so passionate about that you are, you've read books about it, you've watched videos about it, tapos you're willing to share. No? And number two, you can start creating information products. Turn your message into information products. An example ng information products. So, e-books, courses, corporate trainings, online courses also. So, pwede mo nang i-convert yung information mo into those products. So, the problem is...
ano ko lang, no? Ang dami nag-go-online mentoring ngayon,
Correct.
no? Ano yung, sa dami parang, you really don't know kung sino na yung dapat mong panoorin.
Okay.
Ano ba ang mga criteria to know na maganda at dapat nating panoorin sa online na mga mentors, online speakers?
Correct. For me, ako rin kasi I enroll into several other mentoring programs.
Yes.
I also engage with other online coaches. My criteria that I use for me to select coaches and online mentors. Number one, I really trust the person. So, paano ba na-build yung trust? Meron na kaming relationship.
Tama.
Through online, like emails, may video siyang pinapanood ako, may mga e-books din siya na dinownload ko and binabasa ko. So, you have to have that trust with that person. Kasi ako, I'm not really after for example, yung iba kasi, ang promotion nila is, kikita ka ng malaki, kikita ka ng milyon agad, no? So ako, I don't really, it's effective, no? Totoo naman kasi they speak of results.
To some people.
Yes, they speak of results. But for me kasi ako, mas gusto ko na yung parang nakilala ko kahit papano. In one way or another, I have consumed one of their materials, video, ebook, ganun. Tapos nahulog na yung loob ko sa kanya. Tapos eventually, doon na ako parang mag-enroll sa kanya, magpapacoach sa kanya. So there, ang criteria ko is number one talaga, meron na kaming relationship, meron na akong trust doon sa person. So ako, yun yung criteria yung ginagamit ko.
To continue on what you're saying,
doon naman sa experts business, so for example, meron ka ng information products. So ang gagawin mo na doon, next is you have to sell, you have to promote. So it's not enough that you have a message, that you have the products, and you're not selling, you're not promoting. So dapat meron kang promotions, meron kang marketing, meron kang mga events that you're selling your products. So very convenient ngayon and very effective and efficient to use is meron ka dapat Facebook page, no, that you can promote your materials, your products. Meron ka ring, for example, website, no, somehow baka technical sa iba pero pwede na mag-start sa Facebook page, no. Kung meron kang Facebook page, meron ka dong mga materials mo, naka-post yung mga books, e-books, courses mo na you're selling, yon. Pwede na yon. It's a start already, a good start for you to promote and to sell your information products. So ako, I also have a training company which is Gedula Academy. So Gedula Training Academy is actually a corporate training company. No, we are a business catering to corporations, to the corporate world. So meron kaming soft skills, meron kaming IT skills. So ito naman, isa rin tong avenue for those who are aspiring to monetize from their message. So malaking market yung corporate. So pwede ka rin mag-engage into agencies, into training companies, and then you sell your topic also to them para pagka meron silang nakitang market for you, sila na yung magbebenta for you. Hindi ka na mahirapan maghanap ng kliyente or ano.
na-guide ka na, natulungan ka pa sa network.
Correct, correct.
So invite them to your company.
Oh yes, I'd like to invite everyone to please go to my website first. It's jbborromeo.com.
JB, letter J and B.
Yes,
As in boy.
JB.
Yeah.
And then Borromeo is double R, borromeo.com. So you can get your free copy of my ebook, The Expert's
Libre talaga,
Business. Opo, libre yung ebook ko. Go there, download your copy. And then from there, you can have, from the website, you can connect with me through, you can find the link on my Facebook page there. You can email me also through the website, ganyan. And also, I'd like to share with you the training company, Gedula Academy. So we give soft skills trainings, IT skills, so whatever topic that you team buildings as well, whatever topic you need, just contact us and we'll create a module for you.
Wow, thank you so much. Napaka
Sir, thank you.
exciting ng ginagawa mo sa iyong buhay, helping people develop themselves and to have a network.
Wow.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Looking
much, Prof.
forward
Thank
to
you
a next full episode for Magkape Tayo. You're still watching Magkape Tayo with Professor L and Sheila. At this time, we are lucky to have the President of PIMA and one of the panelists dito pa rin sa first Duet Summit Expertcon ng POPs. Sir, magandang umaga po si Sir Jerry Plana.
Good
Magandang
afternoon.
araw po.
Good afternoon. Magandang
Ayan.
araw, yes.
So you'll be discussing later about eloquency.
Well, eloquency as far as leaders are concerned, I think that's the caption of the panel discussion that will be forthcoming in a short while. Yes.
How do you, paano nyo po ba ngayon i-define ang mga Filipino leaders natin?
Well, that's a very broad question, but let me take a shot at that. Filipino leaders, I think, still needs a lot of improvement. I think leadership is one area where we need to really get a little bit more serious in terms of developing. And it's not just in the communication area, it's in many other areas. Communication is just one critical skill of a leader, really. But I think there's a lot of improvement, room for improvement for leadership in the Philippines.
To be particular with the political leaders, what can you say about the political leaders now?
Remember, political leaders have very minimal requirements to run for office. Remember, so
are you in favor of the president requirement for to run for a president should be a college graduate?
Well, there's two sides to that. The other side of that debate is it gives more access to anybody to become the president of Philippines. That's why they've lowered the requirements. The other side is, nowadays to be president of a country is not an ordinary job. You need to be prepared for it. Educationally, psychologically, mentally, so that you can really run the country well. So I would be more in favor of probably increasing, I don't know to what level, but not necessarily, from where it is now to a certain level of competency.
That's right.
Probably even if it's not educational background, it's competency. Because competency assessment is different from having an educational degree.
Also, you have your own business, Investors in People.
Investors in People, yes.
So what is Inventors in People do?
Investors in People is an international organization that assesses and accredits organizations for good practice in people management. It's like the ISO for HR.
Wow.
If you're familiar with the ISO, it's like the ISO for HR. We get into organizations, we assess them, and if they have the good practices, we accredit them for good practices in people management. No.
So, how's the criteria of judging them? Or
there's an international standard which emanated from the UK as a result of many years of research. That reflects what the most outstanding organizations in the world are doing in the area of people management, the equivalent of which is leadership, really.
In our country, how many groups are being accredited?
Right now, we have more than 40 organizations that are accredited.
Still very few.
Yeah, because this is relatively new in the Philippines. This has been in the UK for 2 decades now, but in the Philippines, just a little over 5 years.
If an organization or a group or a company wants to have this accreditation, so what is the requirements?
The requirement is just a commitment to become excellent in people management, really. So if they want to have a standard or a roadmap for continuing excellence in people management, then this standard will help them do that.
How long do you assess a company to be able to be accredited?
Well, it takes about usually 6 months before organizations are ready for assessment for accreditation.
So talagang rigid, pinupuntahan?
Yes, there's a 6 months preparation because you need to really know where you are and you need to do something about it
O yung plano nyo-
before you get assessed.
Yung plano nyo ba talagang nagagawa ninyo?
Yes, that's right. Because, if you don't have a standard like this, you don't know where to improve in the area of people management.
That's right.
So when a standard is introduced to you, you begin to see where you're good at and when you're not so good at. And given that information, you start to work at the areas that you're not so good at until you're ready for assessment and eventual accreditation.
Yes, napakahalaga kasi na ang kumpanya ay para ang kumpanya ay magkaroon ng magandang productivity.
Yes.
They should have a good organization,
Of
'di ba?
course.
Good leadership.
That's right.
So, ano po ang masasuggest natin sa mga companies to be able them to being helped to improve their organization or their company?
They can check this out in the website. Investors in People is an international standard. They can take some initial tests, and then see for themselves and how they can benchmark themselves against this standard. I think that's the start of it all. Knowing the standard and starting benchmarking towards it or against it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Congratulations
Thank you.
for it's our privilege and honor to be you being interviewed in our show.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.